If you're doing great work, but high-level clients are not calling you back, if you've submitted strong proposals, but you're still being overlooked for the big contracts, if you've built the skill, the experience, and have an excellent track record, but you're still stuck pitching to people who don't respect your value, then hear me loud and clear. You're missing at least one of these 6 points. And if you don't get it together now, it will quietly destroy your business. Not because you're not smart, not because you're not gifted, but because you're ignoring what high-level clientele will never say out loud. They won't warn you. They won't give you feedback. They won't ask for follow-up questions. Why? Because that's not their job. And if you don't know what they're really looking for, you'll keep showing up with answers to questions they never asked. You'll keep solving problems that don't matter. You'll keep losing contracts without ever knowing why. Today, we're discovering the 6 points that high-value clients secretly want, but never say out loud. Once you learn to hear what's unsaid, you'll become the kind of contractor, consultant, or business partner they never want to lose. High-level clients are decision makers. They sit on large budgets, and they need to protect their reputation and choose partners who don't just complete the job, but they elevate the room. But first, let's take a step back. If you haven't watched the previous video, The Secret to Attracting High-Level Clientele, I strongly suggest that you pause this video, go back to that video, and then come back here. Why? Because in that video, we covered how to get into the room, but in this video, we're talking about how to stay in the room. Attracting high-level clients is one thing, but if you can't retain them, then you're just renting success. And stay until the end. During each YouTube session, we will do an announcement of the bid of the day. This bid is worth over $228,000, and this bid might be the perfect bid for you. Now, let's get into the 6 things they secretly want, but rarely put in writing. Number 1, safety. High-level clients don't just hire skills, they hire safety. What type of safety? Emotional safety. They don't want no drama. They don't want any passive-aggressive emails. They don't want to be at the end of your mood swings. They want financial safety. They want to know that you won't run over budget or disappear halfway through the job. And reputational safety. They're thinking, will this person make me look bad? They'll never say this in an RFP, but it's the number 1 factor in their decision-making ability. Let me paint the picture for you. You walk into a meeting and your client's executive team is present. And if you show up frazzled, unsure, and over-explaining, guess who gets the blame for inviting you? But if you show up calm, clear, prepared, they get to look like a genius for bringing you in, and that's what they want. They want to feel like hiring you was the safest, smartest decision they have made this quarter. I once had a client who told me privately, I chose you because I knew you would never put me in a position to have to explain you. That's reputational safety. Remember this, high-level clients don't buy your service. They're buying peace of mind. Step 2, invisible intelligence. Clients want to feel like you're reading their mind. They're tired, they're overwhelmed, they're under pressure. If you wait for them to handhold you through every task, you're already becoming a burden. They want anticipation, not just execution. The best contractors say, here's what I'm noticing, and here's what I recommend. Here's what I've already done. Anticipation is your superpower. If you've ever had someone finish your sentence in a good way, then you kind of understand how this works. Help before you even ask. Solving a problem you didn't even notice yet is the key to feeling seen and to feel heard. And that's what high-level clients crave. They may not say, I want you to be a mind reader, but that's what they reward. One of my clients once said to me, I didn't even know that the deadline was coming and you already had it handled. And you know what happened? I got a 12-month extension that year and 7 years after that on a continual basis. Say this with me. The smartest person in the room doesn't wait to be told. They lead with insight. Number 3, brand alignment. I need you to look like what they believe in. This is where most people mess up. If you think doing good work is enough, but you don't consider your presence and how your presence affects their image, if you're confident in your skill but careless in the optics, yes, in terms of what it looks like, if you're showing up thinking your hustle should speak for itself, but you're not recognizing how your presentation is being perceived, then you'll lose high-level clients, and you'll never know why. Because high-level clients are deeply aware of their brand. They're cautious about who their name is attached to. They're highly concerned with their image. Yes, it may not be important to you, but it's important to them. And if you want them to work with you, then you have to follow the protocol. Yes, they are concerned with the optics, absolutely. If they're paying you well, they expect you to look like it. They expect you to smell like it. They expect you to run your business like it. And if you're working your assignment like it's too hard for you, if you're showing up to meetings looking like you bit off more than you can chew, then don't be surprised when they don't call you back for the next one. A professional makes it look easy, period. I don't care if you had to work nights, weekends, holidays. I don't care what you had to sacrifice. When you walk into that Monday morning meeting, you better not look like you barely made it through. I'll be transparent. I once had a plumbing contract and I ended up securing a landscaping contract also. So what did I do? Of course, I put my plumbers out there to go push mowers. Tragic. Not only was I misusing my skilled laborers, but I also didn't realize I was damaging my brand. Why? Because I assumed that just because I could, that I should. And that's where so many entrepreneurs go wrong. If you know how to do a lot, but you brand yourself as a jack of all trades, then high-level clients will see your hustle as hopelessness. Here you are tooting your own horn, thinking that you're the bee's knees. Meanwhile, these high-level clients are looking at you sideways, questioning if you're even the real deal at all. Yes, you might be able to do it all, but a jack of all trades rarely scales. They rarely scream success. High-level clients are asking, does this person reflect the values that we believe in? Could we put them on a stage in front of a board or in front of the press? Because you're not just a vendor, you're a reflection of their brand. And here's what they'll never say out loud. If your team shows up late, they look sloppy. If your social media is full of chaos, they won't even touch you. And if you act like you're doing them a favor by being there, they'll never call you again. I had a client once introduce me at a conference and say, this is someone whose values match ours. And that wasn't about my contract. That was about my presence. It was about my brand alignment was silent. It is about stepping into the room dressed for the occasion. Say it with me. People don't just buy what you do. They buy what being associated with you says about them. It does the same thing as a Chantel pocketbook, but no one wants to be associated with the perceived fraud. Everyone wants to work with the real deal. Number 4, loyalty over flash. Consistency wins all the time. Everyone loves the shiny pitch, the slick website, the flashy presentation, the big promises, but high-level clientele, they're not just impressed by the flash, they're obsessed with the follow-through. They want consistency. Show up when you say you're gonna show up. Send them the report when it's due. Deliver what you promised. Simple, yes. Easy? Apparently not, because it's very rare. You don't need to be perfect. What you need to do is be dependable. One of my clients once said, I don't even check your work anymore because I know it's always right. That level of trust isn't about flash. It's built on showing up every single time. And here's the truth. One missed deadline might not seem like a big deal to you, but to them, it could mean the loss of a grant, a failed audit, or damage to the reputation. Say it with me. Reliability is the new luxury. Number 5, operational maturity. They want a business, not a freelancer. Let's be clear. You can be small, but you still need to be solid. High-level clients want to know, do you have a team? If you get sick, am I covered? Do you have insurance? If something goes wrong, is my project protected? Do you have systems in place, or are you just winging it every week? They want to work with a business, not just a person, because they've seen it before. The solopreneur who vanishes mid-project with their money and all of their intellectual property and still does not come back to complete the job. You'll have these one-man shows that can't scale, they can't grow. The genius with no system is the one who becomes a liability. If you want high-level clients, build a high-level back end, because even if it's just you and a Win Big Bids concierge supporting you, supporting your documentation, setting up your CRM system, have onboarding, act like the contract is already yours. I once had a city contractor say to me, your proposal felt like working with a firm, even though I knew that you're a lean operation. Here's the key takeaway. They're not hiring hustle. They're hiring flow. They're hiring structure. Number 6, results, not activity. Speak in the language of outcomes. Here's what you need to understand. High-level clients don't care about how busy you are. They care about what got done. They care about their return on investment. They care about the KPIs, the key performance indicators. They care about the deliverables that drive change in their organization. If you say, we held 5 workshops, that's activity. But if you say staff retention has improved by 20% after our workshops, that's impact. Your reports, your updates, your conversations should all lead back to this question. What changed because we hired you? High-level clients don't have time to guess your value. You have to show it to them. My first client, we renewed our contract, as I mentioned before, 7 times in a row, because every month I showed them outcomes they could report up the chain to higher level municipal executives. The language of high-level clients is data with direction. Here's your Win Big Bid of the day. And if you're a consultant who knows how to elevate programs and systems, this one is calling your name. This is for the city of Philadelphia. This contract is, we're estimating it's worth over $228,000. The city of Philadelphia Human Services Department is looking for a consultant to help shape their future juvenile justice service division. They need someone who can review their evaluation plan, refine the tools they use, and to roll out a better way to track outcomes system-wide. Our Win Big Bids estimate is that this bid is worth over $228,000. It is due July 16th at 5 p.m., so don't wait. If you know how to turn data into direction, this is the chance to get in the room and make your impact count. If you want to apply to this opportunity, we have all of the information for this opportunity in the description box below. Let's bring excellence to the table and get paid to do it. Follow more for high value bids on Instagram. We drop that every day, Monday through Friday. Let's bring it home. What do high level clients want? They want safety, emotional, financial, and reputational safety. They want 2, anticipation, not just execution. 3, brand alignment. Look like what they value. 4, consistency. They want consistency, reliability, overall the flashy things. 5, operational maturity. Run like a business. And 6, if this is not one of the most important things, it is results. Speak in outcomes, not effort. When you master these, you stop chasing clients. The clients will start chasing you. If you're ready to stop hustling for pennies and start partnering with power players, then it's time to position yourself the right way. Inside the Win Big Bids community, we don't just teach you how to submit proposals. We teach you how to become the kind of business that never gets ghosted again. Let's build your systems. Let's help you develop your presence. Let's deliver like a high value firm, because high level clients are waiting. The question is, are you ready to be what they've been looking for? Till next time, this is Alison Etinoff. Now go win and win big.